Hi everyone, Virak here. Yes, another controversial topic. Why? Because I'm a white girl and I'm not Jewish, and I'm going to talk about the Jewish community and the black community. So I'm already looking forward to the comments I'm getting. When I moved to the United States, there was one word that I kept on hearing and I couldn't really translate until I understood what it means, and I'm still very confused. And that word is intersectionality. That basically means how different minority groups should join together because they have the same cause, and together through intersectionality they can achieve their goals better. Also, there are many people who would fall under different minority groups, let's say, like Black and Asian and also Hispanic, so there is a lot of intersectionality. What blows my mind ever since, and this is my experience on US college campuses as well, that somehow this intersectionality thing does not relate to the Jewish community. Somehow intersectionality doesn't apply to the Jewish groups. Somehow the Jews are not a minority group, even though that number would definitely prove that they are. This is why what Kanye West started is actually dangerous. It was not a simple sentence that we should just, move forward on, because we can't move on from that. Look at what's going on the street ever since he went on his rant, because his fans gonna still love him, and that is his influencing factor. Whatever he says, his fans are going to follow that, because again, psychologically, he is on a pedestal for most of the people who are following him and don't happen to be Jewish. Ever since his statement, antisemitism on the street, Jew hatred on the street, is even more heightened and augmented and normalized than before. This morning in Rhode Island, New York, people received a pack with rat poison inside, referring to Kanye West and how Jews should be poisoned. And then there is this incredibly heightened tension now between the Black communities and the Jewish communities. And I just don't understand why. Both groups are minority groups fighting for their own civil rights. Why are they considering each other as enemies? Is it because the Black community is always considered as someone who is the underdogs, and the Jews are the privileged, quote-unquote, very falsely, white group of people? So, if you haven't seen yet, the situation is really horrifying. Are we going to get to the 1991 August 19th Crown Heights Riot, when there was a Chabad rabbi who accidentally hit two Black kids who lived also in Crown Heights, and one of the kids died. And when the Hatzalah emergency car arrived, they took the rabbi away and they did not treat the Black child because the public emergency car was on the way. And the same night, a 29-year-old Jewish fellow was stabbed to death, and then there were riots, and that was really the lowest possible point so far between the Black and the Jewish communities. Are we aiming for that? Is this really our goal? And here you can say, oh my god, she's just a goy, she's just a white privileged girl, because my skin color doesn't make me privileged, because anyone who didn't grow up in communism and socialism is definitely more privileged than I am, but that's in brackets. More important, I don't need to be Black to be able to support the Black civil rights movement, and I don't need to be Jewish to support the Jewish civil rights movement. And it just blows my mind how we are spreading the need for intersectionality, and somehow the Jewish group cannot fit into that picture. And this is why it is so dangerous when influencers are normalizing, or like people who are on the pedestal in pop culture, normalizing Jew hatred. I will be back with more videos on how actually the Jewish and the Black communities did unite in the past, and probably that's the way forward as well.